Hi guys, welcome to Football with Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading the love during this pandemic. Because we all need a little bit of loving, guys. We all need a little bit of loving. Do me a favor, can you tell me if you can hear me? Yeah, because I've been having problems with microphone tonight. So can you just a quick uh, let me know in the chat if you can hear me on this microphone before we go any further. Anyway, yeah, no worries, no worries. And I then says you can hear me. Okay, no problem. Right, right. Before we go any further, check the ticker bar below. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Football Brownie on YouTube. That's my Twitter handle. My Facebook, Football Brownie on Facebook. That's hitting 1,000 ASAP, and the Instagram there. Okay. First of all, before we go any further, um, I just want to apologise. There was four guys in which took a time out from me after the game and had some great conversations. And unfortunately, um, unfortunately, the microphone disconnected to my mobile phone. So I got the ranting. I got the action, but I haven't the sound cut out, so I'm not able to upload any fan cams, and I am absolutely gutted, because those fan cams, everyone would have enjoyed them because they were talking from the heart, they were ranting from the heart, and I'm absolutely gutted. So if you're one of those guys in which were talking to me on fan cam, I do absolutely apologise to you, but I'm not. I'm trusting around with the list. I am unable to upload them, and hence the reason why I've only got uh, my final thoughts. My final thoughts. Okay, let's get on with it. Cardiff City 0, West Bromwich Albion 4. You know what? I'm so fucked off. I can't even be bothered to do anything in the background. We're just gonna take it as it is. Absolutely take it as it is. A lot of what I'm going to say now, I actually have already said in my final thoughts of the game. I bought my ticket around about 6 p.m. For people who follow me on social media, they would have known that today has been a non-working day. I basically took the day off, so I made the most of it. Because if I don't make the most of having my non-working days, then I get really annoyed with myself when I go back to my working days and I think, you know what, you've done nothing. So basically, I today I went to the gym. After the gym, I went swimming. I went to a sauna, and then from there, met friends. Went to the football. I bought my ticket around about 6 p.m. I thought that someone was going to give me a freebie. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought someone was going to give me a freebie. That failed to materialise, so I went on the Cardiff City website around about 6 p.m. Half an hour later, the team news was announced. The starting lineup was announced, and I was absolutely disgusted. I was absolutely disgusted with the starting lineup. I actually went straight on the phone to Dare, the day's banter for people who don't know. And I said to him, I've just had a starting lineup. West Brom are evens at the moment. We're going to do 3 or 4 on us. And he said, evens? I said, yeah. And I'm gonna admit to you guys right now. The moment I seen that starting lineup, I lumped 50 quid on West Brom to win at evens. Yes, it's a bit of a Judas bet, but that starting lineup, 5 centre-backs across the back 5, none of them with pace. McGuinness, maybe. Then 2 defensive midfielders, so that's 7. That's 7 defensive players. Now, someone did pick me up on my my video earlier on, but I actually forgot the goalkeeper. So he was right. That's 8 out of the 11 players were defenders. On top of that, you have James. He chose James Collins, who can't score in a brothel. Let's be honest, he can't score in a brothel. He chose him ahead of Kiefer Moore. In the midfield, he put 2 defensive midfielders on the left and on the right. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. And the reason in which the reason in which I'm doing this show tonight is A, to try and make up for the lack of fan cams, but B, because I need to talk to someone. I really need to talk to someone because I followed Cardiff City for the best part of 35 years. I've seen them at the bottom, or basically the bottom of what they would now call League 2. Back then it was Division 4. Very, very close not to get relegated to what was then the Vauxhall Conference. But not even those days would you pick a centre-back who has no pace as a right-back and another centre-back who has no pace as left-back. Then, at the same time, on the bench, you have a right-back, a recognised right-back and a recognised left-back. Now, I'm serious when I say this, guys, right? I'm serious when I say this because I know that the mentality of managers and players, especially in this day and age. Okay, I've been working with Dia, in the agency thing for a few years now, just over 10, 12 years. But the mentality of players and managers was coming to the selfish kind of mindset. And I'm gonna say this, people may disagree with me or not, but I'm convinced Mick just thinks that this is another job. I'm just convinced he thinks it's another job, and he's annoyed with the lack of transfer activity during the transfer window. He's been probably told that the big earners needed to leave, which they did. And as a result, it damaged our midfield. Got no creativity on midfield and no pace. And I'm convinced now that as a result, Mick's mindset is, right, okay, let's just have a payoff. I'm not going to do anything here. I'm not going to do anything here. Let's just have a payoff and let's see what else is out there. I'm convinced that after tonight, because that when I seen that starting lineup, I thought Mick was trolling us Cardiff City fans. I really did. It is. I'm not. I've never seen such a disgraceful starting 11 in all my life of following Cardiff City. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. trying to text somebody at the same time. I do apologize. I don't mean to be rude. But let's go into comments. Listen, this is have you a say. Yeah, if anyone wants to come in, have a chat, let me know and I'll send you a link. No worries at all. Don't have to show your face. Come in. Basically, I'm trying to make up for the lack of fan cams earlier on because I'm absolutely gutted that I'm absolutely gutted that the audio didn't work. I'm absolutely gutted the audio didn't work. Right, let's go into the comments anyway, guys. And Ivan says, McCarthy needs to be sacked ASAP. He got it all wrong yet again. Basically playing to keep the score down. He must be on drugs to think those three clowns are defending well with their I understand. I am really stunned. And then an Iron event says, not to mention playing 2 Vauxhall Park rows every game. Ruben Coates was decent, just second before Eddie Howe. Listen, the bottom line is Eddie Howe will not get this job. He turned it down. He turned it down when before he turned it down before they approached McCarthy because Eddie Howe actually went back to him and said, my future is bigger than Cardiff City. That's exactly what he said. That was reported by none other than Cardiff City chairman Mehmet Dalman. So Eddie Howe, you can forget about that. Richard says, shit, absolutely. The club could go bust. We have a shit manager, shit players, no fucking money. The club won't go bust. The club won't go bust. But I was talking to someone today because no one knows. No one would know. No one would know until after Tan leaves. And no one, I put this to them because people are on about and have gone on about, and rightly so, people have gone on about that Vincent Tan has been paying her wages throughout COVID, keeping her, right, okay, that's fair enough. That's a fair point. However, we will never know, and this is a fact, and you can go running off to your Cardiff City forums or your Cardiff City bloody Facebook pages or whatever, right? But this is a fact. No one knows that the financial support Vincent Tan has given Cardiff City is not backed up by loans to the club. Okay, so I don't care what anyone says. I really don't care what anyone says, right? We will never know until he goes. However, if that is the case, and he leaves, and all of a sudden it's another Salmon job with fucking Langston, and we owe Vincent Tan money at an exchange at an interest rate of, I don't know, top of my head, 5%. Yeah, telling you. That would not surprise me. That would not surprise me at all. Finn Evan, I reckon, and someone mentioned about Morrison early on. So given 23 coach Steve Morrison a chance, Cardiff under 20 top of the league. Can't get any worse. Yeah, but they're not in a good standard of league, or are they? Get that white prick out of my club. Dan says, okay, what the fuck was that? 500 back, off you go, man. You know what? I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not kidding you, right? And I have gone through some shite managers in my past. I've gone through some shite managers in my past, right? But it is the first time I can remember. First time I can remember in all my years following Cardiff, the home crowd singing, "You're gonna be sacked in the morning." That wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. I was talking to people. I was talking to people. You know, on my failed fan cams. And I said, look, you know, because we got real tough running now. We got Reading next week. Oh, Reading on Saturday, sorry. Then we got Swansea. Then I think we got Stoke and Fulham then, or maybe the other way around. We got a hard running. And I tell you what, if Mick McCarthy was sacked tomorrow, it would take a brave manager to take up the reins of Cardiff City with those games coming on the horizon. Any sensible person would say, if Cardiff City did approach them and say, okay, yeah, no worries, listen, I'll go for the job on condition that I take it at that date, because they, you know, they'd be looking at that line of fixtures and think, oh, fuck that. It's a possibility I could get no points in fucking 12. Finn says, it's only 4-0, it's only 4-0. Shit, yeah, I know. Hi, Nave, how are you, mate? How did South Shields get off? I only now got in, mate. I haven't got a clue out. Paul says, when teams should come out and say Cardiff City up since 5 freaking centre of defenders, no fight, no pace, no heart. Officially a team of push. I'm honestly, I am gutted, man. I am gutted. It feels like, and it definitely did when I seen that team sheet. It felt like Mick McCarthy was on a fucking sabotage mission or suicide mission. Honestly. Matt, he says, Mick out. Miles said, anyone wants season ticket, I can't be bothered anymore. And Leslie says, hi, Brownie. Bear with me a sec, guys. Bear with me a sec, yeah? Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I just want to sort out a beer. Right, where are we? Sam said real joke. We really are. I've never seen it. So I've never seen it. It's bad. No, people, you know, talking to real good friends before the game, and people say, "Oh, look, you know, we don't deserve to be, you know, which is probably our level." Yeah, it is probably our level. You know, I tend to agree with that. Championship is probably Cardiff's level, but I think we're very lucky. But Derby have had their points deducted and probably have more, and it's looking as well as if Reading will also have very similar amount of points deducted. I've never seen a slower defensive line in my time of being a Cardiff fan than now. Absolute cart horses. Absolute cart horses. Sam said I was talking about. I'm so down. I know. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you see. I've heard, I don't know whether it's true, but I've heard another rumour tonight. Is that Cardiff City Chairman Mehmet Dalman has not been seen since the start of the season. Now, if that is true, at the start of the season, we had this Jihao, whatever his name is, sent over from Malaysia by Vincent Tan. Now, I don't know whether it's true. Guys, can you tell me if anyone's seen Mehmet Dalman? Has he been in the club? I don't know. And if you're a West Brom fan, I know I did put this out on any West Brom fans out there. What do you think of the game? I knew it. The moment in which pace. You have pacey strikers against Morrison, Flint, Nelson. You're always going to get something out of it. Grasshopper said, "Couldn't be arsed going tonight. Fed up with the same shit. Saying my son and his mate will try and get motivated Saturday season ticket holders." Okay, it's fair enough. Where were you sat tonight? I was in 109. I was in 109, mate. And fair play to the guys in which I stood by. Great conversation. They probably recognise me, but great conversation. Just I really wasn't in the mood. I can honestly tell you guys, if I didn't have the fan cams to do, I would have gone. I was on the phone to I was on Daya's show at halftime or just after, and when I second goal and then the amount of people who walked out behind me was startling. And also as well, even before the bloody goals started going in, the fans are voting with their feet as well. They are. Work is going to be tough, he says. In my armchair. Right, what do you say? Sam, I'm done. Going to have check out of football for a bit. Just ruining my weekends and not good for my... I know, it can ruin your bloody weekend, I tell you. We all need some love. Fucking right, we all need some love. Right, but I've run out of patience with Mick McCarthy now. Up until today, yes, I don't like his tactics or his team selections or sometimes his substitutions. But I was never 100% on wanting Mick out, because I do think that he's been playing one hand behind his back because the board want to cut corners, cut all the finances, get the big earners out. But his team selection today was disgraceful. There's no other word for it. Absolute disgraceful. Was he winding us up? Was he playing games with the manager, with the owners, saying, "Look, I got no other players. You're going to have to get. But it wasn't the time. It wasn't the game, or it wasn't the time. We've lost now 4 on a bounce. We've lost 4 on a bounce, and with Reading playing well at the moment. Dugout football tired, Brownie. How long has he got left? We're coming into October, I think, only because another manager would not take these fixtures on. I think I've always said November. I've said for a week or so now. I think November. I think they're going to try and ride October out. If it turns around, it turns around. But I think November is going to be, after you get all these tough fixtures. I don't even know what fixtures are going to be in November, but it's Grasshopper. Is he sabotaging us? You know what? This is the first time I've ever seriously thought you could be right. Ever seriously thought you could be right, man. We don't want fans staying away. It makes things worse. You're probably right, but what else can fans do these days, Leslie? What else can fans do these days, mate? Grasshopper says he'll get it on Saturday. Abuse from Mick. I think so. After what I witnessed tonight, mate, I've never seen a home crowd turn on the manager like I did tonight. I'll be completely honest with you. I've never seen a Cardiff City crowd turn on a manager like tonight. And it all started before kickoff, let's be honest, when that starting lineup was announced. It all started in the pubs, beforehand. I thought it was absolutely shocking. Miles, they ain't playing for him. You could see that tonight. Bakuno's are going to take on at one point. Bakuno, why is he still starting? I never know. Regan says, make out now, Wilder in. You know what? This fucking board, Regan, this board would fucking employ fucking Gene Wilder, not fucking Chris Wilder. Cheddars, hi Cheddars. Paying wages during COVID can be a way to improve fan relations. Well, all depends, isn't it? All depends. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really not being up to my old self. It even worse than Ollie was, and that's saying something. That's a good point. Hi, Guy. Hope you're well, my friend. Guy says, evening, Brownie in a chat. Sorry about a poor showing tonight. It's not your fault, Guy. It's not your fault. Can someone tell me? Can someone please tell me, right? Look, I know Everton got away with it last year. Ancelotti done exactly the same. They had a left back. They had a left backs out. They right backs out. So, as an emergency, they played 4 centre backs across the middle of the park. But luckily for them, they had pace. But Mick McCarthy takes out our left back, benches our left back, benches our right back, both with pace, and plays 5 centre backs, none with pace. I'm astounded. Plus, then he has 2 defensive midfielders in front of him. Neither of them got pace. That's 7 freaking players, defensive mind, and that's without the goalkeeper. I'm sorry. You don't even do that. A kid wouldn't even do that on Football Manager. Regan says, I can't watch this shit anymore. I want him gone. The thing is, if you're going to get rid of someone who plays long ball, let's be honest. Majority of those players are suited to long ball tactics. The majority of those players are, especially the defenders. Boosh, 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 boosh. Like fucking watching a game of tennis. Norwich and Huddersfield went for the up-and-coming German manager. It's probably the best way to go. But also they had the financial backing, you see. They had a financial backing. They brought in the likes of Pookie and all that. The thing is, with these bunch of players, you could have Guardiola in charge. But these players are so shite. The only 2 players I recommend. Obviously, Kiefer Moore, brilliant player. And Ryan Giles isn't even now a player. He's on loan. Paul says 6 defeats and 7. Day of football. Last 2 games being taken the piss. Absolutely, Paul. Half of these are League 1 level. No, you know what? Leslie says Cardiff should be Premier League club. It's big enough. I know you're on about population-wise and so on, Leslie, but we've just had crazy owners. We must attract tin pot owners. And it's so frustrating. So frustrating. Paul Van says, Spanish up-and-coming manager coach is what I think needed. He could be any coach could be any nationality. But they would need backing. They would need backing from the board. And quite frankly, as I mentioned, you can have Pep Guardiola in charge of these. They couldn't do anything. Bear with me, I need a piss. Right, okay. Where are we now? Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Mike said, Adam, the chat we had on Facebook kept me going. Yeah, I know. I know. Many thanks for the chat as well, Miles. Listen, come on, do a fan cam. A new gaffer would want to bring his tough. A new gaffer would want to bring the tough fixtures on. Fans don't want to watch this dross. You know what, mate? I don't think a new gaffer would want to touch these fixtures. Let's just see who they got at the moment, yeah? Bear with me a sec. Okay, so we got Reading on Saturday. Then obviously the international break. Then Swansea, so that could go anywhere. Then Fulham away, Middlesbrough home, Stoke away. Then they have QPR, Huddersfield, Preston. So I'll be completely honest with you guys, right? In my opinion, and it's only my opinion, I don't think a new manager would want to take a job, right? So we got Swansea on the 17th of October, Fulham on the 20th, Middlesbrough on the 23rd, Stoke on the 30th. I'll be completely honest, and then keep on the 3rd. A new manager may gamble to want in his first game to be Middlesbrough home. That could be a gamble and then Stoke away. But I personally think, I would put money on it, that a new manager wouldn't want to come in until at least QPR at home on the 3rd of November. There's no way a new manager would want to take on the South Wales derby, Fulham away, Reading, probably Stoke as well. I can't, new manager they like to time it right, basically, because they don't want to start a new job on a back foot by losing. And the next few games, Cardiff are going to freaking struggle, I'm telling you. Miles says the problem is top-end championship money are going to want money to spend. Exactly, mate. That's why they had McCarthy in the first place. Let's be honest, the guy was out of work. And let's be honest. Listen, I don't really want to put Mick down. I don't really want to put Mick down, but there was far better managers out there available when Mick McCarthy took the job. We just want to go a cheap option overtime. What's happened to Moza used to be good. But age is catching up with these guys. Age is catching up with them. Grasshopper, we need a manager with passion. Gareth, people have been mentioning about Gareth Ainsworth, to be honest. People have been mentioning Gareth Ainsworth used to play for Cardiff, I remember, and playing for City at Ninian Park. I could be. I can see why people are mentioning Gareth Ainsworth. I can see why people are mentioning it, but hey, at the end of the day as well, can Cardiff afford to bloody... We don't know Cardiff finances. Can they afford to sack McCarthy? Reading Swans. Ethan, hi Ethan, you're a fucking mess. Absolutely agree. Give me the Dave Jones days again. Leslie, the Dave Jones days. Look, the football is great, but he got undone every time he'd come up against a 5-man midfield, 3 in the middle against McPhail. And, it was so frustrating. Anyone could see it. Even Kenchu was having meetings after the game with the players. Kenchu can do what he fucking wants, if I'm honest with you. The guy's an absolute fraud. Even get Wilder in, but we'll go sit put. I think we were very lucky that Derby and possibly Reading are going to have points deducted. Said it right from the start. Do you need a PC to stream, or can it be done by phone? Myself, it can be done by phone. It's very difficult at times, but no, it can be done by phone. I've done it for months on the phone. Ethan, I wouldn't mind Steve Morris until we find someone. Fair enough. Chris Stuff, a good name. Where do you think we'll finish this season? I was asked this before the game, and I'm thinking around about 16th, below mid-table. I'm thinking. Grasshopper, can we afford not to sack him? Oh, that's a good point. Can we afford to sack him? Can we afford not to sack him? Paul, 9 players' contracts are up at the end of the season. Can't see any staying. They'll be playing like we've got Hearts. Why is there? You know what? I'm so quiet. I suppose so quiet. I'm so stunned. I really am stunned. I come on here just to chat and try and get it, just to de-stress. I'm coming on here. Listen, if anyone wants to come in, let me know. If anyone, Ryan, I know you're an Arsenal fan. Fuck no. We got rid of all the creativity and all the pace, mate. But if anyone wants to come in, let me know, and I'll send you the link. Ethan, I wouldn't mind Gareth Ainsworth, but he can. But can he get? No, I don't think he'll get promoted at all. I don't think anyone can get promoted with this squad. I think it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But even with this squad, you don't play 5 centre backs across the back 5, and you bench a right back and you bench a left back. I think that was sabotage. I do actually think that it could well be Mick playing games with Borders. Oh, we got no one else. We need fucking free agents. Now, while I mention free agents, I have noticed on a certain Cardiff City internet forum that Jack Byrne has come up again. Well, hang on. Right. Now, I know some people from those forums may be watching, right? But remember where you heard Jack Byrne possibly come to Cardiff City. Yeah, just remember that. Well, she says, overall he's done a good job, but gone badly wrong. Too many big earners end their contracts. Not good enough. Joke fans, the club is skint. That's a good point. I wouldn't say real fans a joke. No, I wouldn't. £25 today. £25 today. And no. If I was in charge of that club, knowing exactly what had been going on with recently, I think the tickets should have been down to 15. And there's so many empty seats, right? This is what doesn't happen anymore. So many empty seats. Now I remember when, during the days when the club would know what kind of attendance they would have. Probably the day before. They'd know when ticket sales and so on and so forth. And I remember the club would go to schools in Grangetown, schools in Canton, all around Cardiff, Penarth, and all around Cardiff, giving out free tickets to kids. As long as they bring a dad or a mum. As long as they bring a parent, they go free tickets. And when they would come, they would spend money. They'd have a burger, a hot dog. Some of them may want a shirt in a club shop. But they'd spend money. Nowadays, it just shows. But hang on, before I go make my point, by doing that, you see, it gives a new generation of football fans. The kid may enjoy it and say, "Oh, Dad, following me. Oh, Dad, can you take me to watch the football?" And at the same time, it doesn't give that horrible sight of empty seats. And tonight was an absolute nightmare sight. Empty seats. I've never seen so many empty seats in that ground. Sorry, guys, hang on. Why isn't Smithies reinstated as number one? Conceding too many. I don't know, man. I don't know. If I'm honest with you, I think both are quite similar. I don't think one is better than the other, if I'm honest with you. But Smithies is on a big wage. He's on double the amount of money, I think. Ethan, Will Vokes said, it's for players fucking Vokes. Players are sticking with Mick. Of course they'd stick with Mick. Of course they'd stick with Mick simply because Mick put his faith in him. So, Miles said, therefore I say it by recording it now. Good point, Miles. I think I would as well. If I can, alright, okay. Yeah, no worries, try it anyway, let me know. How does Mark McGuinness, he's only now come back today, and he played a right back. So, he's been injured, right, to be honest, he's been injured. Chris says, the players should be fined a month's wages, but lost by 4 goals twice in a row now. Make it that fault, many of players, look, I don't give a shit. People wanting Tan to leave. If he did, we'll go bust. Right, that's it. Right, okay, right. People wanting Tan to leave. If he did, we'd go bust. I reckon we're losing millions per month. No. We're not losing millions per month. Right? Let's put this. Listen, Welshie, I respect what you say, yeah? However, let's put this rumour to bed because Dalman was caught out. Dalman stated in public that Vincent Tan would put £3 million a month in. Okay? Now, when people from like the Supporters Trust and so on and so forth went back at him and said, okay, is it including sponsorship? Is it including TV rights? Is it TV money? Is it including this? Is it including that? Damon said, no. So, gross could well be losing £3 million a month, right? But net, absolutely not. So it could be. So in other words, they could be losing £3 million a month before any income. Okay, so on that point, we're losing millions per month. I'm not having it, man. I'm simply because the only reason I'm not having it is because Stallman found out when doing a supporters meeting. Paul says biggest problem his board has been stupid with player contracts. Yeah, absolutely. Grasshopper said, too many fans see the Premier as the Holy Grail. My best time good football, Jimmy Andrews days, Len Ashurst, and Eddie May, that was great. Fans are a brotherhood, yeah. Hey, Grasshopper. My favourite times were at the lower leagues. Leslie said, how many fans have stadium tonight, Brownie? Well, officially it was 17,000. right? That was officially, but they obviously included the season ticket holders there. Visually, probably lucky to get 10, 12, maybe. Definitely within 17,000 visually. Gates will be lower with that team as well. It takes 30 minutes getting to a ground as it is. Agree with you. Clubs should more. You know what? I thought with regarding your comment there, man. I thought that it takes 30 minutes getting to a ground, but tonight I just walked straight in. I did ask. I did ask you guys whether or not I'd need to like leave earlier. Grasshopper said 17,000. Yeah, officially it was 17,000 men. Miles says, I've been watching Cardiff since I was 30. My first game in the Grange End watching Cardiff at FC20. Yeah, I remember that. Go on then, guys. Listen, let's turn to yourselves up. What was your first? Everyone in the chat, what was your first game? What was your first Cardiff game? Try and cheer yourselves up here. My first Cardiff game was 1987, I think it was. Wolves against Cardiff. And I think both Wolves and Cardiff got promoted that year. It was Steve Bull and Andy Mutch. Wolves won 2-0. I think people got stabbed as well by Ninian Park's train station. Leslie will probably know. He's older than me. But anyway, that was my first game. What was your first game? But bear with me. Just I need to open another beer. Okay, sorry guys. Listen, we've had some good numbers in here tonight, so please hit that like button. Please subscribe as well. I'm normally more joyful than I am tonight, but tonight has been a really has hit me quite bad as a Cardiff City fan. I'll be honest with you. But please hit the like button. Please subscribe as well. And if you're a subscriber, please think about becoming a member. I've spoken to the suppliers of the mugs and the face masks and everything else, and going to have those samples very soon. Okay, let's see. Paul says Cardiff Order Shop, when they got relegated, we clapped and sang them inside the ground. When would that would have been Order Shop? Would that have been like 89, Paul? 88 maybe? Can't remember. Leslie, Grasshopper, Tony Evans. I haven't got a clue what that means. Cheers, Leslie. But the best game I went to Champions League final, my mate. Yeah, I went to that game. Mate. Yeah, went to that game. I flew over. From because I used to go Burnabout quite very often when living in Spain. Welsh says Wrexham 5, Cardiff 1, 1986, same season. Wolves, they beat Wolves 1-0 at Molineux first last time. Yeah. Okay, well, probably same season as me, or I think I'm going to check now. I'm sure Wolves, Cardiff. Wolves, Cardiff history. Let's see. Definitely it was 2-0 it was. Oh yeah, my first game was January 24th, 1987. So that 1986-87 season would have been the same with me, Paul. Grasshopper says, can't recall who it was against, but Don Murray was captain. Don Murray? Fucking hell. Tosh and Clark up front, great team. How old are you in Grasshopper, if you don't mind me asking? But they showed Toshak and killed it. That was 82, wasn't it? No, that was 78. When did Toshak get sold? The amount of people, I tell you what, Cardiff must have had. The amount of people who told me I never went back ever since they sold Toshak. Cardiff must have had bloody gates of 1 million. To the amount of people who told me over the years. I've never gone back since they sold Toshak. Someday get Tan out of my club. Everyone knows my issues with Vincent Tan. Leslie said, my first game, Aston Villa League Cup. Oh. Oh, right, okay. Aldershot 91. I remember Aldershot going down because Aldershot, because of the barracks, they used to have quite a. They used to have a little mob actually, Aldershot, because of the army barracks. Epic. Hi, Epic. Hope you well. Cardiff isn't even in relegation zone. Don't understand why you're complaining. Are you mad? Are you mad? You obviously haven't watched this, mate. You obviously have not watched this. Epic, I love you to bits, but no. Because I have no ambition to die football. Oh, well, Sam answers it for me. Someday, and the owner has disrespected a culture club could change. Yeah. You know what, right? On about the kit, I really do like the pink kit, but I can't buy it because of the new badge. I absolutely detest the new badge. I wish I could have one with the old badge on. But that Chinese themed badge is a disgrace. Sam Daly says, despite changing the card back, damage are already done. Absolutely already done. 69. Well, he doesn't sound 60, mate. He doesn't sound 60. Right, come on, let's have a look at what other results. We're all bloody complaining about Cardiff. Well, I am anyway. So bear with me. I don't even know what the other results have been tonight. Okay, so Champions League. We'll go Ajax 2, Besiktas 0. Dortmund 1, Sporting Lisbon 0. And Shakhtar Donetsk 0, Inter 0. Real Madrid 1, Sheriff 2. What the hell? Fucking hell, Madrid. Leipzig 1, Club Brugge 2. PSG 2, Man City 0. Milan 1, Atleti 2. Good result for Atleti. Porto 1, Liverpool 5. Then the Championship, here you go. QPR 2, Birmingham 0. Preston 1, Stoke 1. Borough 2, Sheffield United 0. Hull 1, Blackpool 1. Huddersfield 3, Blackburn 2. And we all know what the Cardiff result is. Fucking hell. Real Madrid losing to Sheriff at home. Fucking hell. Grasshopper, Fulham bid 60,000 and they turned it down. They put them in 110,000. Toshak was gone. When was that? Because I should know that actually. $1970. I thought it was later than that actually, but yeah, 1970. The amount, people. Ninian Park must have held 1 million people. The amount of people have said. The amount of people have said to me, "Oh, I've never been down here since Toshak went." Yeah, so that's basically the story. What Grasshopper's saying. Fulham bid 60,000, they turned it down. And Liverpool come in 110,000. Toshak was gone. War Boys come in 6 weeks after, and he lost some big games in between. Yeah. I know the kind of story, but I don't know why. But I always thought it was later. I thought it was like late 70s. Welsh is that 87, 88 was great. I lived in Wolverhampton as a kid. When I moved to Cardiff, they both went up. Yeah, Gilligan, yeah. Oh, listen, that partnership of Steve Bull and Andy Mutch was incredible. And it went right through the. It's a shame that they didn't get Premier League, or they didn't get top level. The rumour was, because Bull was, even at the second tier, Bull was called up for England. He scored a couple of goals for England. He scored in Egypt in a friendly, and he scored in the Rose Cup up in Scotland. But the rumour is that Guy Lineker gave him loads of shit in the changing room because he was playing at Division 2 of what is now Championship football, and Bobby Robson didn't go against Guy Lineker, and as a result, Steve Bull didn't have as many caps as he deserved. I don't know whether or not that is the truth. That's how it says 71. Oh, sorry, Wikipedia said 70 minutes, sorry. Miles said, a game that always, hang on, a game that always sticks with me was Huddersfield in a cup under Mackay. 1-3-1, big John Parkins. I was 10. It's a fiddler crowd. Oh, of course. Hey, they used to I remember fiddling the crowds and bloody. In the 80s and 90s, I remember. I'm sure fucking some man fiddled the crowds, but we'll never know. Paul says, 46 years young, but I did do ball boy duties when Colin Griffith, Cardale, Chrissy Pike, Damon Stewart, yeah. We used to walk on, yeah. I actually won a half-time raffle against Doncaster. I'll always remember who it was against. Real Madrid was recorded 47,000, but it was far more you couldn't move. Real Madrid game. Michael says, what I don't understand is why Sand wouldn't hire proper football people onto the board. They're all in it for themselves, mate. That's what it boils down to. They're all in it for themselves. And let's be honest, would proper football people work with the ownership there. I don't think he would. If I'm honest with you, I don't think he would. You know, I remember, you know, it all come out. Vincent Tan was telling the then Cardiff goalkeeper, David Marshall, that he should shoot more. Just ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. I don't know. Right, guys, it's over an hour. Thank you ever so much for joining. I do apologise to the guys who done the fan cams earlier. Thank you very much for giving your time. I just want to get pissed, if I'm honest with you. Until next time, hasta luego.